been pitted against Asians.
We need the black community to realize that the that black people are hurting Asians and they need to speak out in their own community.
Our communities are not reporting these incidences. We don't want to cause more trouble, more attention to our community.
Angry because I've never had the direct racism towards me.
Desiree Thin detailing what she says happened to her, her brother, and her 3 children outside this Quincy post office Friday morning.
For him to carry it to the next level and threaten the kids and being racist towards them, that's unacceptable.
She says this man, 77-year-old John Sullivan, screamed at her family after they witnessed him speeding down Washington Street, and Desiree's brother said something to him about it.
He said, go back to China. I'm going to go into the post office, come back out. In 5 minutes, if you're still here, I'm going to kill all of you.
Desiree says she and her brother were standing in front of Sullivan's car collecting his information when he came back out and got in his car. That's when police say Sullivan stepped on the gas and hit Desiree's brother.
He ran onto my brother. My brother rolled onto the hood, and he clung onto the hood. He went for about a good 200 yards. Then he braked, so my brother fell off. While he was trying to balance, he hit my brother again, continuing his racial slurs.
Police say the man was knocked into a construction ditch and Sullivan kept going. Desiree capturing this video near the construction site.
He threatened to kill me and my kids.
Now you're gonna punch me? No, I'm not gonna punch you. Relax.
The police are coming.
In court, Sullivan pleaded not guilty to 2 counts of assault and battery, reckless operation of a motor vehicle, and a hate crime.
He needs to know not everyone can be picked on, and not everyone will be silenced by intimidation.
Sullivan is being held without bail until a dangerousness hearing, which is scheduled for Wednesday.
So let's just get this straight, right? So you had this old Caucasian man speeding down the street, and the brother of the woman that you were able to hear, Desiree, he decided to say something about it, and rightfully so, right? Because his family is there, right? His sister is there, and the 3 kids, I guess those would be his nephews, are in the car, and or whatnot. And he decided that he wanted to state a lot of expletives. He wanted to use a lot of slurs and all of these things, right? And then he proceeded not only to do that, but also to threaten their life. And then not only that, he then decided that he was going to try to hit somebody. And I think from her own words, her brother ended up latching on to the vehicle. And, it drove a few feet or whatnot up until it came to a stop at a construction area in the road. And, like I said, this is 100% ridiculous. But yet again, can't say that I'm really surprised because this is America. This is what it is. The thing is that, the Asian community don't really like to talk about the fact that they are targeted more than a lot of other groups out here when it comes to um, a lot of the slurs and derogatory comments and a lot of these things that take place. And they specifically don't like to call out the fact that it is some of the main people that they look up to, right? Their gods, their deities, right? The people that they worship, the people that they want to be right there next to, the people that they find a likeness to, or they liken themselves to, the people that they want to be so much like that they decide that they want to use bleaching cream in order to make their skin porcelain, right, as white as snow, in order to match in, right, to be right next to them. So I'm a little bit confused on when she's stating that, oh, I've never had to go through this. I've never, more than likely you have, you've just overlooked it. You've just decided to specifically overlook it. There's micro versions of this, right? There's overt versions. This is more so a overt version of this, but more than likely her being Asian American along with her family, they have faced this before. They just decided not to acknowledge those things at that time. They just decided to overlook those things. They decided to cherry pick those things. The only reason that this got called out was because it wasn't just words. It was more than just words. This is why you had the Caucasian male. He is getting charged with using his vehicle as a weapon. I think they also listed that he's getting charged with a hate crime and so on and so on and so on. So, like I said before, Asian Americans, where are you guys at when it comes to these things? Why are you guys not plastering this all over social media, on IG, on Twitter, on your very own social media platform, aka TikTok, Facebook, YouTube? Why isn't a lot of the celebrities talking about what took place with this family and how this could have potentially went the wrong way? Why are you guys not talking about the aspect of if one person feels emboldened enough to do it, then very easily there could be copycats that could look at what he did and decided why is all of that talk and all of that banter not here? Because if this was a black man that did this, you guys would be all over the place. You guys would be directly on it. And not just that, you would also have black celebrities talking directly about this. You would also have black news anchors talking directly about this. You would have other celebrities that would try to sit up there and say that beyond anybody else on the face of North America, that black people are the most acist, right? When it comes to these things and picking on specific groups or everybody, right? That's the type of rhetoric. That's the type of language that a lot of people want to use. They want to make black people, more specifically black men, the scapegoat for a lot of these things that take place onto other communities. When if you look at this from a historical aspect, this is why history matters, and this is why a lot of Caucasian people tell you that history doesn't matter. The past is the past. We're in the future. Focus on the future. Focus on the present. Stop looking at the past. They don't want you to look at the past because there's a lot of things left there that they have never been held accountable for. So yet again, to anybody that's bi Asian, Asian American, whatever you are, whatever fusion that you are, go look up your history, your people's history in America, and how it is that they were treated. I've covered this a multitude of times on both platforms of my channels, how you guys, both Chinese and Japanese, were put into camps, internment camps, because they rounded y'all up during wartime because they was like, oh, well, we're having, a bad time with your country. So we're just going to round all of you guys up because we don't know if you guys could be spies or you guys could be double agents. We don't know what it is, but we're not going to sit up there and take a chance because we don't have an absolute certainty that you're not. So we're going to treat all of you as if you are. And they put all of you guys in camps. But yet y'all don't want to talk about that though. Y'all don't want to bring up that part of history and how the America that you love, the people that you love so much, treated your ancestors, treated your grandparents, your great grand aunts, or whatever it is. They treated your lineage just like that. Even though you were here, you were working, you were trying to get a better life, make a better life for you, your family, and all this other type of stuff. Y'all don't want to talk about that though. Because y'all know in a historical context, whatever's been taking place is going to be outweighed by that historical context. And y'all, including the Caucasian people, your deities, your gods, y'all don't even want to look at that. And that's a little bit baffling and confusing to me. But yet again, you guys are honorary, which means that you are, in a sense, a part of and not a part of at the exact same time. So you guys get to benefit in a sense without officially being a part of that actual bloodline or that complexion, that ethnicity or lineage, whatever you want to sit up there and call it. At any point in time that they tell you guys that you're better than black people, y'all going to sit up there and pretty much jump on it and you're going to be completely fine and dandy. And I don't blame you. I don't blame you. It's giving you a leg up. You're able to, do quite a bit of things. Like I said, last time statistically that I looked at, Asian men are out earning white men. They are earning pretty much everybody when it comes to the income. So, like I said before, I understand, I get it, but to try to make it seem like it's just solely and only black people that are coming directly after you guys, trying to harm you and trying to use derogatory terms and slurs. That's 1,000% ridiculous when you yourself know your own history, but you just refuse to talk about it because, as one of the other people stated, you guys don't want to acknowledge or talk about any of these things because you don't want to shine a light or bring attention onto your community out of fear that more people are going to do the exact same thing or try to copycat what somebody else just did to you. So you're going to lay low, duck your heads down and walk quietly no matter what takes place, no matter what harm comes your way. And like I said before, that's the way to enable a bully. The moment in time that you keep performing those exact same actions, the actions that the bully did to you is going to keep exactly happening because you refuse to actually stand up yourself. See, that's the clear cut difference in between black people and everybody else. Black people will speak up and black people will happen to combat a bully while everybody else will allow that bully to just be over them, to hover over them, to shadow them, to belittle them, and to take away any sense of comfort or hope or faith that they have. So at the end of the day, for the Asian Americans out there, this is on you. For the Asian American supporters, this is on you. But like I said, due to the fact that this individual is not a black man, y'all ain't gonna say nothing about it. Y'all not gonna make videos. Your celebrities ain't gonna say nothing about it. Your Asian artists ain't gonna say nothing about it. Your news anchors ain't gonna say nothing about it. But let the color change. Give it a few months or whatnot or whatever, because magically something happens. Let's just see what everybody will say once a black man is in proximity to something negative happen to somebody Asian.